Rangers have just pulled off a move that could quietly shape the club's future, and it's one that fans should be genuinely excited about. Let's break this down. There is so much to discuss in today's video, so be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. The club have agreed a professional deal to keep Ashton at Ibrox, fending off serious interest from Premier League giants and securing one of the most promising young defenders in their academy. And make no mistake, this isn't just another routine youth contract. Scally only turned 16 this week, but he's already been operating well beyond his years. The left-back has spent a large parts of the season training alongside Danny Röhl's first-team squad, earning valuable exposure to senior football long before most players his age even get a sniff of it. That trust says everything about how highly he's rated internally. What makes this deal even more significant is the level of competition Rangers have beaten to get it done. Both Chelsea and Manchester City have been monitoring Scally closely in recent months, two clubs renowned for aggressively targeting elite youth talent across Europe. Yet despite that pull, Rangers have managed to convince him his future lies in Glasgow. That, in itself, is being viewed inside the club as a major win. There's a growing pattern emerging here too. Earlier this year, Rangers secured another top academy prospect in Glasgow, and tying down Scally now reinforces a clear strategy. Protect your best young players before Europe's elite come calling. In a market where top academies are constantly under threat from bigger financial powerhouses, deals like this matter. Scally's journey also adds to the intrigue. He's been part of the Rangers system from a young age and has long been identified as a player with the potential to make the jump to first-team football. Coaches behind the scenes have tracked his development closely, and his rapid progression has only strengthened that belief. The environment around him has played a key role too. This season, Rangers scrapped their B-team structure, opting instead to integrate their under-19 more directly with the senior squad. That's meant regular tactical sessions, match preparation involvement, and even opportunities to act as opposition during first-team walkthroughs. But notably, Scally hasn't just been another academy player filling numbers. Alongside Glasgow, he's been singled out, training directly with Röhl's group, separate from his age group at times. That level of involvement is rare, especially for someone who, until recently, wasn't even eligible to sign professional terms due to Scottish FA regulations. He also recently travelled with the first team to a training camp in Marbella. Another sign that Rangers are fast-tracking his development and exposing him to elite-level preparation environments. And he's not the only young name to watch. Goalkeeper Ridden Maguire, who also made the trip to Spain, is slightly further along in his development at 17 and remains another talent the club are monitoring closely. But right now, the spotlight is firmly on Scally, because while fans may not have seen him in competitive first-team action yet, largely due to age restrictions earlier in the season, everything behind the scenes points to a player being groomed for that step sooner rather than later. Zebedee Lawson may have beaten him to a debut earlier this season, but circumstances played a role there. Scally simply wasn't eligible at the time. Now, that barrier is gone, and with a professional contract finally signed, the pathway is officially open. This isn't just about securing a prospect, it's about sending a message. Rangers are building something, and they're making it clear that their best young talents won't be easily taken away. In other news, this wasn't supposed to be how Bailey Rice's Rangers story unfolded. Just 12 months ago, the narrative felt completely different. A highly rated academy talent, a lifelong supporter living out his dream at Ibrox, and a pathway that looked wide open. Rice himself summed it up best at the time, admitting it was his dream to represent the club he had followed since childhood. But football moves quickly and often brutally, and now, barely a year on, that dream appears to be fading into a quiet, disappointing exit. Instead of building on early promise, Rice finds himself on the brink of leaving Rangers altogether. With his contract ticking down and no breakthrough on the horizon, a summer departure now looks inevitable. Interest is already building across Europe, with Ajax and Schalke both circling, ready to capitalize on a situation that has unraveled far quicker than anyone anticipated. From Rangers' perspective, this is a difficult reality to accept. Losing a player of Rice's pedigree for nothing is far from ideal, especially given the hype that once surrounded him. But perhaps the bigger question isn't about the exit. It's about how things reached this point in the first place. There's no escaping that Rice hasn't fully delivered when given opportunities. Across multiple managers, he has struggled to truly convince, failing to cement a role or impose himself consistently at senior level. Yet, at the same time, his development pathway has been anything but smooth. A lack of continuity, constant managerial changes, and unclear planning have all contributed to a stop-start progression that has ultimately stalled. This season in particular has summed up his struggles. A knee injury at the worst possible moment derailed any momentum he hoped to build. After starting the League Cup clash against Alloa back in August, he was forced off before half-time, and from that point on, his campaign never really recovered. One appearance, one opportunity, then silence. Behind the scenes, the situation has moved quickly. Schalke are already pushing hard, reportedly putting personal terms on the table in an attempt to steal a march on other interested clubs. Rice himself is believed to be open to a move abroad, ready to reset his career and finally find the consistent game time that has eluded him in Glasgow. It's a stark contrast to how it all began. Signed from Motherwell as an ambitious teenager, Rice had attracted attention from top clubs even before arriving at Rangers. His debut in February 2023 at just 16 made headlines, marking him as one of the brightest young prospects to come through in years. The expectation was clear, this was a player for the future. But the future never quite arrived. Flashes of quality were there, particularly during his early appearances and glimpses in European competition, but they were too sporadic. Injuries, tactical demands, and questions over his off-the-ball work all combined to halt his rise. Even when opportunities came under different managers, he couldn't quite grasp them firmly enough to change the narrative. Now, as the season edges towards its conclusion, the writing appears to be on the wall. Rice is expected to return to fitness soon, but with his future already leaning away from Ibrox, it's unlikely he will play any significant role in the run-in. The decision, it seems, has already been made. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. We post all the latest Rangers news every single day, so join our fast-growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.